smoking my hair, my clothes thrown everywhere. Woke up in my rocking chair, holding a beer in my hand, sporting a neon tan.
Bob Carriker joins us in studio. You know,
he's such a character.
You know who I want to get together in one room? And we'll even leave the studio. We'll just put them. I would love to put Bob and Warren.
Warren Cottle and Bob
from Winging It Wednesday
in the same studio.
Yeah.
The stories.
I don't
the
know
two
Warren.
Of you.
Okay, you need to meet him because Warren may or may not have dated someone named Jennifer Flowers in Arkansas.
Oh my.
Yeah.
And we don't. And
he was there at the TEP offense.
Yeah.
What was the other thing that I?
Yeah, I mean, Warren has cross-roaded history.
He called himself Forrest Gump this weekend and started laughing. You know, he's like,
he honestly might be someone who your students would enjoy because this guy. What was the movie? I think he talked about it in the up close interview that he did. Like,
which one
was it? Something regarding like his battalion.
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket
was
his, but he wasn't there for that.
Yeah.
Right, but it was based off of his battalion. That's amazing.
And he lives here. Like, he's in Karen Crow. He comes in every Wednesday.
Why?
And we talk about all this stuff, and he'll be like, well, one time I was reading a newspaper, and some guy walked up next to me. It turns out 10 years later, he was elected president. It was Richard Nixon. I mean, he's just at weird intersections of history, which
you guys would probably.
I'd like to meet him.
Yeah, you got to come over for coffee.
It would be like one of those things they have at the fair. The motorcycles inside the cage. That. Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, you sort of had a little bit of fame going on, infamy maybe with your vehicle.
Multiple.
With
my bead truck.
I'm talking about the bead truck.
Oh, you want to talk about the bead truck?
I'm just interested in it.
A lot of people have seen the bead truck. I covered my
truck.
little 1993 Nissan pickup truck entirely in Mardi Gras beads.
Yes.
I am convinced that somewhere along the line, secrets are not uncovered, and that Bob and I are brother and sister.
This is something because I'm a big picture guy. Okay.
Okay. Let's hear it because I'm a very small picture guy. I always do things and I never see the broader implications of them.
You have a vehicle that's only relevant one day out of the whole year.
That's is
small
true.
Picture.
Right.
Now I would try to get involved in. I'm sure Mardi Gras Cruise would let you drive it, but then there are inherent risks of getting it out into the public like that.
Everybody's going to want to touch it. Do you take it to the parades?
I do take it to the parades.
People take selfies with it.
Free selfies. I don't charge.
See?
Right, which is, again, small picture. Everyone says, if you charged people $5 a selfie, you would make... probably
$100.
$100, and I say,
sorry,
I know.
If the nipple glitter people on Bourbon Street charge charge $5 for a picture, and you don't even get any glitter, then you have a market, sir. Anyways, so
wait, I have to tell you,
yes,
the bead truck. I used to actually have a website for it, beadtruck.com. Yeah, I finally got rid of that. I own probably 400 different domain names.
Mm-hmm.
I get inspiration and buy them all. It drives my wife insane.
Well, I'm telling you, we have DNA crossed somewhere.
I'll tell you, I have a friend.
Can I be Aunt Bernie to your kids?
Absolutely.
I have a friend who does it, and he just kind of keeps them because he's like, maybe one day I'll use it for something, or something will come to his mind, like, like I personally have all the domain names for my kids' names.
Oh, okay.
Because maybe one day, as the internet goes on, if you were in the game in like 1997, you could have pretty much like bought any domain name because people were still like, this internet thing's not going to last. And so now you see what happens.
Right.
And why you can't get very obvious,
you can create sort of get creative versions of things. Right. .tv.
Yeah, .zebra.
One of the reasons I have so many is because when I do it, I get very excited. Oh, this is a great idea. And I type it in and I buy it. And then I go back and I realize, oh my God, I just misspelled museum. So now I need to buy that. So I actually I do this frequently. So I have many misspelled domain names, and then of course I buy them for 20 years at a time instead of 1 year at a time. So it's a fiasco.
Well,
oh man.
Well, we're happy that you're our fiasco.
Yes.
At least once a week.
Yeah,
we appreciate that.
This is way fun.
And I guess the university too. Their fiasco, really.
I don't know.
So what are we talking about today, Bob?
Well, I think last week I threatened you with forced sterilization.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's what we're gonna do.
All right, let's go for it.
So it's not all
swallow your
it's not
Wheaties
all
guys.
fun and games, like people
History,
drowning
right?
in molasses.
Right? I mean, it's history.
It can be dark.
Tell us more.
And laugh about it, right?
Okay.
So we're going back again to the early 1900s, and there was an idea that we could make society better. We could clean up some of the ills of society. So there's a progressive movement, and some of the things that they wanted to clean up were child labor. There were terrible child labor infractions going on, and women were advocating, and not only women, but people were advocating for women to get the right to vote. There was a temperance movement to get rid of alcohol, fix corruption in politics. And there was a darker side of fixing the ills of society. And there was a misunderstanding that criminal behavior, for example, and maybe some level of mental challenges were hereditary. And so there were laws on the books passed in state after state after state. Most states had eugenical sterilization laws. And
that just floors me to think about it today.
Right.
Yeah.
And so if you were classified as various levels, various categories of less than, the thought was that if we sterilize you, you won't pass that less than on to children, and we can take that less than out of the gene pool. So less than, our standards of and our scientific understandings of less than change over time.
Yep.
Sure.
Which maybe reminds us that we shouldn't lock ourselves in
Into
now.
one, yeah, boy, no kidding.
And so you could be sterilized for being an idiot, for example, or an imbecile, for example. So when you see a guy, driving around in a Mardi
bead
Gras
car.
bead truck,
They
you
would've
say,
thought-
look at that idiot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some people
Yes.
do.
I mean, seriously.
My mother said, you are an imbecile, Bob. And I can accept the criticism.
But think about people
the
who are
forced
eccentric.
sterilization would be weirder.
I mean,
right,
think
exactly.
about the eccentricities of people, who are wonderful, amazing people.
Right.
Gosh.
And so
I think, though, it's weird because it shows at least the level of research where they were at when that was going on.
Yeah, that it does
You know
that
what?
too.
Because
yeah.
we do know there is generational, crime. Okay, but it's not because
Is
of
it all
genes.
environment?
because
It's
of
because
genes.
of the
Well,
environment.
and that
Right.
was the
Yeah.
misunderstanding. So earlier there was a thought that, well, these things are environmental. And then there was a reassessment, and some sociologists started to say they're not environmental, they're hereditary. They were wrong,
Wow.
but they drove this movement.
How likely? Because you deal in history, so you're not a fortune teller,
Right.
But it's actually kind of concerning that could happen again.
Well, I mean, think about
That-
what we can do.
Things come
Sure.
in cycles. What if you have someone else who comes out and says, you know what? Actually, I'm looking at some new research, and it is.
I don't want my
genes."
child
Right.
to have this disease.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
You know,
I don't
we're
think
there. We're at that precipice.
Absolutely. I don't
Yeah.
think it would be very difficult to find undercurrents of this happening,
Wow.
Somewhere where
absolutely
we don't
today.
know it.
or
right.
maybe where we do know it.
And maybe
yeah,
so.
just don't pay attention.
That's right.
But
boy.
epilepsy, for example, was one
One
of
the conditions.
The
I'd forgotten about
and
that.
I mean, how
And
mu-
you sit back now and you say, what's really wrong with that? Now we have
I mean, it's
medications
some
for
seizures,
that.
you know,
right,
yeah.
exactly, right.
Yeah.
Wow, Bob.
Wow.
That's
So
Deep thoughts.
deep thoughts. That's right.
Way deep thoughts.
Let's go back to the bead truck.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go. Yeah.
Speaking of
All
forced
right.
sterilization. Oh my
So
gosh.
when you park
no
the
one will
bead
want to
truck,
come near you. You don't need the
that's right.
sterilization.
When you park the bead truck,
Yes, when I park the bead truck.
do you then get the I'm assuming you get lots of beads for your
Oh
children.
my goodness, you cannot imagine.
Okay.
Yes, so
All
I
right.
have literally a pickup truck bed full of beads. It's more than I need.
We
So
need
I'll
to
go
get
and donate those.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say we need to get you in a parade.
I would
you
like to
know?
be in a parade.
We
I
need
would
to
love
get you
it.
in a parade.
Why don't
Mhm.
why don't we figure out how to get in the parade and we can ride in the back of the truck?
I would do it.
I think we should. We'll
That would be
make that happen next year. I think.
epic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we can make that happen.
Okay,
Can you
now-
drive us?
I
Can
will.
we give you a costume?
Okay.
I will.
We
We
wear
should.
driving
Okay.
Miss Daisy, driving Miss Bernie.
It's okay to laugh at that really hard. It's okay, Bob. I take it.
Can we do that?
It is what it is, bro.
Except she's
we can
not
do
mean.
it. Yeah, I can.
Well, but he may want to be in the back of the truck with us.
Well, that's what we could get. We got drivers.
So we'll find a driver.
No, I prefer to drive it.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I want the credit.
You don't want to throw.
No, I
oh,
want to
okay.
take the credit. Yeah, yeah.
Well, and we could set you up with the beads. You can throw them out the window anyway.
Let's just be careful, though,
obviously.
and make sure there's no payment slip to Bob because he could get rid of this morning show quick as the driver of the car. Bob Carriker, go get onto your real job. We'll see you next Thursday.
All right.
You're
Promise
good-
me something
good
better
fun
than
guy.
forced sterilization. How
All
about
right,
that?
a little something happier.
Get a little bit. Well, how about something maybe St. Patrick's Day-ish? Because we're going to be coming up on St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Oh, all right. Is that right?
How about this? Can we tackle the people that harass me every year because
Yeah.
they say it's Paddy, not Patty? Even though society
St.
says
Patty's
Patty.
Day?
Patty's Day. They say no, it's actually Paddy. It's not
With
supposed with D's. They get mad every year, and I have to tell them it's just what it's called. I don't know.
Right.
So
Those are people who would have been Never mind.
Oh, simmer down.
6:52 now at Newstalk 96.5 KPEL. Look for the four-leaf clover truck around
That's
the road.
right.
There won't be any of those.
You
None
got to
of
get to
those.
work. You
Going
got
to
to
buy
weed.
the domain
All right,
name.
6:52 now at Newstalk 96.5 KPEL. Coming up, your Rush Morning Update. Then we get to news, weather, and traffic at the top of the hour. Stay with us on Acadiana's Morning News.
We need to get beyond Republican, Democrat.
With so many voices,
We have got people in positions of power who have no business being anywhere.
so many thoughts,
This is why so many Republican voters have such a hard time going to the convent.
and so many opinions.
This may actually get me out to vote.
There are two that stand out. Brandon Como and Shannon
People
Wilkerson.
really have had it.
Cutting through the noise. Offsides. Today at 4 on News Talk 96.5 KPEL.
Technology has continued to change the way we do business over the years, providing enhanced opportunities for communication, productivity, and growth. But when the unthinkable happens and your system goes down, it's important to have a trusted resource that can get you back up and running quickly. With EDC's proactive approach to IT management, our first goal is to make sure you never go down in the first place, with a proven process that protects you from risks you may have never known were there. Here, our entire team of IT professionals strive to remain proactive towards your needs, focused on quick response times, affordable